C semicolon backslash GeneralLotz plays. Illegal command. Fuck you. And we're back with GeneralLotz plays Doom UAC Ultra. I'm gonna try for 2 more levels as well today. I checked the record and it took 30 minutes to complete a grand total of 2 levels. You can definitely see that we've got a lot of gameplay out of this particular WAD, and we're not even close to being done. We are at level 6. Level 6, and that's it! That's just insane in many respects. Let's actually take out our auto-shotting. You know what's something interesting, really? Doom 2016 also has really long levels. Not as long as this, though. I'll be honest and say that for all that Doom 2006 is, they're not quite as long as this, but you gotta remember, consoles. Microsoft wants money. The people who make these games want, you know, this stuff called money. That's a concept like the starving artist. The starving artist is an artist who is a dumbass. Who is a tafool, if ever one wanted to have a name for such thing. Because, okay, wait a minute. Yeah, I might not have any money, but, like, I am the artist formerly known as Prince. It's like, seriously? Oh yeah, and also Prince is dead. That is also sad. All the people are dying off, it would seem. All the cool people. But I guess that's the way it goes. Even Chekhov is dead. Not old Chekhov, but young Chekhov is no longer amongst us. What's crazy is he died he's my age. 27. He's part of the 27 Club, actually. And likely died for the reasons that the other people who are 27 died. At least what it seems is he died likely from something drug-related. That's a lot of pinkies. That's not very fair. Let's take out a weapon that shoots rapidly. Is there anything behind me? Nope. Well, there's a shitload of shit behind me. Actually, well, they're over there, I don't know, fucking themselves. But it seems rather appropriate. No wonder Doom Guy likes to say that all the time. But, that being said, you know, it just seems like young Chekhov ended up dying from drug-related or alcohol-related things. Which is sad, but, well, that's kind of how it goes. I mean, the thing is, you know, playing young Chekhov is an interesting concept. Oh god, I'm saying that now. I meant to say young Chekhov. So many people I know like to say young Yun. It's young. There's a G there, goddammit, and it's not silent. But anyway. But yeah, the younger Chekhov, there we go, I can say it that way, was very famous, not necessarily because it was the most massive of roles, but, well, it's a character that people will think of more than just... he wasn't famous like, say, you know, Ben Affleck or Sad Flack and all the rest. Rather, he was like young Chekhov, but at least when you see young Chekhov, you know who that is. I hate how that does that. Oh, I guess that's like slime or something that gets on you when the poison can be... I was thinking like it was like a poison cloud. I was like, why does that follow me when I'm like all the way around the corner? But I guess it just like sticks to you or something. Which I guess is kind of a cool concept. It's more advanced than I thought it was. But yeah, young Chekhov. Very sad indeed. But, well, you get famous and you've got beautiful women surrounding you and things of that nature. I guess that will drive anyone to excess, although not me. Yes, because I am that egotistical. No, but my personality isn't such that I would do such a thing. You know, that's one of the things, sure, General, if you had a bunch of beautiful women throwing themselves at you, you would take them instantly. No, I really wouldn't. The thing is, for me, I don't like annoying people, and the kind of people that are sycophantic hangers-on would annoy the shit out of me to the point of being like, just leave, please. You're literally driving me to want to slit my own wrists. Well, that's kind of dark. But that shows just how I feel about psychopaths and things of that nature. I do not like them. Well, I didn't know that would do anything. Sweet. Da-da-da! But no, psychopaths annoy me. Or psychopaths, psycho, whatever. Annoying people annoy me. They really do. It's like... You know, for someone who is supposedly, and a variety of people have called me that, arrogant, I don't like it when people tell me how good I am. But nor do I like people disparaging me either. It's weird. That's one thing I don't like about that invulnerability, is you can't see. And, you know, this WAD makes it a little easier to see, but it's still really annoying. Okay, this drops me down here, so where is the yellow door? Has it been planted back? Ugh, I am speaking a fantasy language. Dothraki. But, you know, I don't even know what I was saying. I don't like sycophants. There. They annoy me. They annoy the shit out of me. Now we gotta sit for this entire thing. Let's save just in case. Because we do not want to die and have to do all that again whilst we try to find the yellow door. Oh, I gotta hit this thing again, really? Oh, and it already... Okay, we don't need to go back there anyway. Is that gonna open up? Okay, good. That opens up that, and that should lead us right back to where we started, which will let us get back up here to find the yellow-based door, which is always a good door to find, because it is a door to December! Dun dun dun! Ah, yes, the door to December. For those who don't know what the importance of that, that's actually a book by Dean Koontz. Dean R. Koontz, a writer I don't like, but that is he's a writer that my grandfather is a big fan of. And, so my grandmother is too, actually, surprisingly enough. But he wrote a book called Door to December, and I think it's about some kid who's, like, crazy or has some sort of disease or something. I forget. But for some reason, I think they visualize something as the Door to December, and I just found the name so hilarious. Because it's like the door to December. Oh no, not December! The evil Santa Claus will come after us. Reverse Santa Claus. Although there's actually some really funny scenarios on DeviantArt where what if Santa Claus was evil and actually did rule the North Pole, and like they made up some climactic changes, so like the Overlord of the North actually was the threat. But let's face facts, ladies and gentlemen. In real war, in modern war, just because you're some sort of super warlord, and let's hope this doesn't desync the audio, because I had another. Basically, my computer is saying that Windows is not genuine, and every time I try to fix that thing, it keeps saying it isn't, even though it is. Which is really annoying, because I paid a shitload of money for Windows, as one would imagine. Well, it's a shitload of money to me, so there's that. So it's better not fucking desync. But anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. I don't even know what I got. Oh, this is that time thing. Oh, cool. It's the Matrix. Keanu Reeves. Wonder when they're going to remake that. Now it made me lose my train of thought. Damn you, Windows. Fucking Microsoft. Eh, well. Microshaft is annoying at times. I was saying something. It was important to... Oh, yeah! Modern War. There we go. Okay, so realistically, let's say there was some sort of evil Hitler-esque warlord who lived on the North Pole. Alright, so how's he gonna menace the world? Well, he better have a better industrial economy than the United States, Great Britain, and Germany. He's gotta have a better industrial economy than that. Oh wait, no, let's also add to that the Soviet Union as well. Actually, I don't know whichever years we're looking at. Let's assume, you know, early 21st century, or 20th century, I should say. What is this, the Star Trek future, where the Soviet Union survives past the 90s? But now, let's assume it's early 20th century, you know, or mid 20th century. Let's say 1950. There we go. And in the year 1950, you've got. Actually, no. Let's say 1930s. There, that'll work. 1930s. I'm trying to pick a good era here, where everything is kind of. Let's say you got Great Britain, you got America, you got Germany, and all the rest. You got these big industrial economies. Now, the North Pole has to beat all of them because it wants to rule the world somehow, so it can bring presents in the guise of bombs to everybody. So, how is it gonna outcompete all of those countries? Because you gotta remember, well, in this one scenario, you know, Santa Claus was a evil kind of fellow. I don't know why everybody wants Santa to be evil now. I guess we just live in a much more jaded world, but well. The thing is, you got evil Santa. Now, somehow he's got to not only outcompete all that, but he's not trading with anybody. He might be trading with some countries on the side, but he's really not. His trade is not that high. You know, wow. And of course, the second I step off of there, it goes up. But his trade is probably not that high. He's not. even if he has all the resources he wants, he's still going to be out-competed by all these other countries, because they can... is this ever going to go up? Oh, really? You... Wow. My greatest foe! Fucking lift. Thank you! I'll die instantly from these fucking assholes up here, but it's like, okay, he's got to out-compete all these countries. Alright. He doesn't trade with anybody. And he rules by conquest, so he's already got pretty much a depressed economy right there, outside of, like, say, the elites of his society. It's just, he'll have the same problem that the Nazis did, you know, and the Soviets to an extent. Unless, of course, he doesn't decide to go towards collectivized farming, which failed miserably. Because really, real life, just because you're some sort of demagogue, does not revolve around you. You know, you might think it does, but you're gonna find that, you know, when your products aren't selling, when your people don't have enough food, when you don't have enough gas and stuff like that, you're gonna... Let me put it this way. You're always gonna need more Vespine gas, and more minerals, and all the rest. And unless you really know how to get your economy working, you fucking fail. And you fail hard. That's what a variety of countries are learning to their chagrin today, that all the good intentions in the world don't make money appear out of nowhere. That's one of the big problems we have today. It's like, we'll just we'll just throw money at it. Just throw money at it, you know? Yeah, that doesn't work. I'm pretty sure if it did, we wouldn't have issues of hyperinflation and all the rest. But whatever, you know, money grows on trees, right? You know, it's funny, as a kid, I used to like to beg to differ to that. I was like, well, this is paper, right? Of course it grows on trees. Not recognizing that economies are much more complex than that. But then again, I was a kid. But I don't really use that as an excuse. It's like, I should have known better, but I didn't. I just love how massive these levels are. They're a great deal of fun to play through. I'm definitely thinking about doing a Let's Play of Doom 3 as well, because I haven't done a Let's Play of that. And Doom 3 is a great deal of fun. A great deal... Now look at that. That Plasma Marine did next to no damage to me because he isn't an asshole. And isn't super overpowered. But economies are very important to any modern war because you have to have the boots, you gotta have the food, you gotta have the fuel, you gotta have spare tires, you gotta have all of that, you know? Now, I didn't know that back when I was a kid, really. Because whenever I used to think of, like, having to fight some sort of enemy, it was like, I need the best guns. And while you do need good guns, the guns are... Well, they're not the least important. Some people will say they're the least important, but if you show up with a 22 and 1 round of ammo, you're still going to lose. But really, logistics is a very important concept. You gotta have it. You know, you can't get around it. Because if you've got one tank, that could be a damn good tank, but it can't be everywhere at once. You know, you might have some of the best guns, but unless you have more than the enemy, they can't be everywhere at once. Or, put another way, you can have a shitload of guns, a shitload of ammo, but if they've got 12,000 airplanes, they're going to bomb the crap out of you. To the point where your economy doesn't function and your country falls apart. That's the thing about Germany. Germany fought a very well, they weren't well led. They were successful in many respects. But they were also really stupid in a lot of respects as well in World War II. I'm actually reading a very interesting book on World War II right now by a guy named John Keegan. It's very interesting just how complex modern war really is. And what you got to keep in mind when it comes to war is the guns are important, but as I often say, you can't have Evil McEvilstein literally just executing his officers every couple of feet. You know, that's what you'll see in Star Wars. And you know what? Star Wars, it can kind of be justified because the Empire is that poorly run and poorly led. And that's one of the reasons why the Rebels didn't lose, you know. But you cannot kill off a underling because he failed. Now, some of you armchair commanders might think, yeah, kid. No, think about this a minute. if you're going to be... Actually, no, I don't even have to say think about this a minute. There's historical things that show that is the dumbest thing you can possibly do. That's what Stalin and the Russians learned in World War II. They actually had some really good leaders, but, you know, Stalin, being Stalin, killed off most of them prior to World War II, and they had complete shit commanders, and they almost lost the war. Yeah, they had a material advantage and stuff like that, but it wasn't like the Germans lost the second they showed up in Russia. I mean, imagine if they had, you know, Timoshenko still alive, you know, with his groundbreaking concepts. Imagine if that had happened, but it didn't, because he was dead. Spoiler alert. No, it's not really a spoiler. They shot him in the back of the head, because he was an enemy of the state, apparently. And so, they had some commander, I forget his name, basically say that, you know, tanks should not be in their own, you know, regiments, because that's stupid. For those who know anything about combat or anything like that, you'll know that individual tank regiments are absolutely 100% necessary. And if you don't have them done like that, well, the ones who do will promptly, the internet term would be, rape you quite incessantly. That's why the Germans did so well early on, is because they had that Panzer doctrine that would later be known as Blitzkrieg, you know? Although, it's interesting, I've read in a variety of places they didn't even have the concept of Blitzkrieg until later on. I don't know. They had to do something to win as much as they did, so either they did or they didn't, I don't know. But they would eventually use, you know, the tanks as a breakthrough kind of thing, and, well, it worked. It killed a lot of troops, that's for sure, and helped them win the early campaigns of the war, but the Germans were never really going to be able to win anyway because of their poor economic planning. Like, I'm talking really poor. They had what is called a vampire economy. Essentially, they got their money from stealing from everyone else. And that just doesn't last. And really, there's no way they could have outcompeted America. I mean, that is not, you know, propaganda, it's fact. I mean, and of course people could say, oh, well, that fact is simply propaganda, but you know, whatever. I just find it interesting that a lot of wereaboos seem to think that Germany winning is a great idea for the world, even though they were anti-intellectual, which would have been bad in the long run. So yeah, for those who don't know what a wereaboo is, imagine a weeaboo, but they absolutely loved the mighty Wehrmacht. And had Hitler not been so stupid, they could have won in Russia. Yay. Because that would have ended well. Although at that time, I don't guess it would have mattered much. Because, let's face it, the Soviet Union was very... Well, basically, okay, it's the way I see it. The Germans would kill you if you were an undesirable. Whatever their definition of undesirable might be. In the Soviet Union, they'd kill you just... he looks like an enemy of the state, kill him. And, well, they invariably would. Or they'd let, you know, 30 million people starve. But that never happened. That never happened. That's a sad, sad thing about today, though. It really is. There are so many people who deny a lot of this stuff ever happened. And, well, that's not too surprising to me, because I do recall reading that old Eisenhower, old Ike himself, said that, yeah, that's probably going to happen. That it's so unbelievable that eventually people wouldn't believe it. Now, see, like, this Cyber Demon is not so annoying. It's like, I'm actually enjoying this boss fight. Yeah, because, like, Eisenhower basically figured that eventually people would be like, okay, that never happened. It just didn't. And sadly, all the World War II vets are dying off, so it's like, they can't say, they'll be dead, so they can't say anything. But that's just really sad, though. It's like, you know, people today don't know. They do not know at all. And this is one of those where that happens. I just find that weird. I don't know why that happens, though. Why they gotta do that. So, Collapsis is at last completed. Haymaker. Okay, now we're going to hell. Falling. You tumble endlessly through the trash compactor. Dizzy and disoriented. Your equipment slips from your grasp. Oh, sure it does. You emerge into a massive underground cavern and see the inside of the planet has been turned into a vast machine. Landing in a garbage dump, your weapons clatter to the ground around you. You hear monsters scuttling by, no doubt coming to investigate your intrusion. And he, of course, survived the fall because he might as well be... Oh, really? This is really gonna help. Thanks, game. Now, for those who don't know, this is where it gets It's where the shit gets real! Why do you want to do this to me, game? Wow, this is where the shit gets real. Now, of course, they will immediately know that I'm here and start vaporizing me. Bro, do you even vape? Well, yes, I do. Well, I don't vape. It's a joke. Yeah, they are vaping me quite badly. Although, actually, since they gave me a minigun, that's good. Because if I didn't have this, I would have already died. Because the minigun in this game just rips shit up. But this is a very difficult part. But it's a very cool looking level. Look at that. Oh, shit. Oh, I should have saved. What an idiot. Oh, what an idiot I am. I truly am the fool, it would seem. So long as you circle strafe, you should be fine. Should being the operative word. Because they got those helatrons. That is helicoolatrona. Helicoolatrona. Okay, we're going to finish this level and call it another day. But this level shouldn't be that huge. Shouldn't. But it probably is. Oh, really? Don't give me the fuck... Wow, that blew something up. Like, don't give me the double-barreled shotgun. You might as well just give me a fucking sharpened stick. Okay, let's get out of here. Oh, and I got an evil marine? Really? Like, why not just, you know, drop a fucking asteroid on my head or something? That might help. And sadly, the really cool double-barreled shotgun is the original one here, which, well, it's going to constantly switch to that one. Thus breaking the thus breaking the model, but, well, let's save again. Oh, I'm probably going to die the second I do that. No, I didn't. Sweet. I bet I'm going to die. No, I'm not dead yet. I ain't dead yet. Okay, do I have anything? No, I don't. I still have no weapons, but an empty minigun. But I do have a grenade launcher, and that is very good. Thump. I love the sound of a grenade freshly fired. That thump sound just sounds so awesome. I feel like I could buy a grenade launcher, but sadly, you can't. Now see, that is just wrong. They need to change that gun law. Although technically it's not a gun, but whatever. But in all reality, well, let's not bring up things that are, shall we say, too controversial. Although really bringing up anything World War II related is always guaranteed to bring in a lot of controversy. But in any event, we have successfully fought our way through there. I remember the first time I played the Haymaker level, I died so many times, I got so fucking pissed off, it's not even funny. But in any event, I am GeneralLotz, and I'm going to wish you good. What should I wish you good of? Yeah, play on the safe side. Good Serious Sam 1, good Serious Sam 2, or whatever makes you happy.